Hello, everyone! Hey!
Damn, dude.
Dude, everybody else jumped out of their skin. Hi, everybody! This is Hart Pickers. I'm
Let's
Ronnie. That
let's
guy
be
right there is Chad. What up, Chad?
let's be fakely happy. What's going on?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I don't even know what to say.
So, how is everybody? Do you hear us fine?
I'm still trying to get my desk squared away for our show.
Are you kidding me?
I actually cleaned up my office, dude. I cleaned it up and got it ready to go and got it set. And it's looking pretty damn good.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot easier to work, and you have a better. And I've said this a million times. I say it all the time, but then I let my office get a total wreck, and then I'm like, okay, Kim, I have got to take some time, straighten things up, and then start fresh. Typical.
So, how has your week been, Mr. Chad?
I have no complaints, man. I'm seeing people put out videos about why are my eBay sales slow, and once again, it seems like whenever I actually put in the work in, I'm making really good sales, and it's almost just basic math. And I'm not. Maybe it's the niche that I'm not stuck to, because I'll sell pretty much anything. People are buying. I mean, I don't see anything slow about it. I mean, yeah, we do have a roller coaster. I mean, I may do $100 in one day and the next day do $500, and I could say, well, the $100 was a down day. So, I mean, I don't understand. Or even if I did $0, I'm not going to sit there and say that eBay's slow. I mean, that is just the way it goes. I mean, do I go 3 or 4 days without selling anything? No. I mean, I'm pretty much selling something every day. I don't know. It's just, and I told you, I said this, Ronnie, I'm going to pick it up this week. I mean, this month, I'm going to pick it up. Did I say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I have been I've been really trying to source smart. I'm paying up a little bit more for things, but the profit is 10 times better than if I'm, doing the nickel and dime type stuff. And I'm trying to have my money work for me, and it's been working. And there's some things, Ronnie, I'm not even going to share. I'm not going to tell people, oh, look what I got for $100 and it's selling for $450. Okay. I'm not even going to share those because people just won't believe you. So I'm not going to do it. And you've seen this stuff. I've shown you, and it's just really, I don't know. It's, if you take it serious and really do your due diligence and find these items like Offer Up and Let Go, has been awesome for us. I will share. We picked up a Mystery Ranch backpack for $75. He had 150 on it, and Kim talked him down to $75. It's a Mystery Ranch 6500, and you can look it up. It's the coyote color, and she got him down to 75 from 150, and I've got it listed right now for like $420 or something like that, $420. And so I get a lot of room to play with. If somebody sends me an offer for $350, which this stuff doesn't sell for under $300 for these, I'll be all over it. I might even be all over it if somebody sends a $300 offer. But yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that. It's out there, and do it.
There's a lot of stuff out there. I was out there today. I mean, I got something. I mean, this is help Ronnie thing because Ronnie was dumbfounded. Anybody know about NASCAR?
Oh yeah.
Who's number 30? Who is number 30? I put in number 30 NASCAR. You know what happened? It started telling me about like people that won the pole position from being ranked 30th. I'm like, no. It was just before the show started, so I clicked off. And I got a bunch of video games too. Video games.
That's not Chad Little, is it?
Ooh, what? Ooh, what?
Chad Little. Let me see the hat.
No, I don't think so.
Let me see.
It almost looks like a D, like their first name was like a D.
Watkins. Hold on. Let me show me the front of the hat again. Winston Watkins. You know, dude, that's not NASCAR.
Oh.
I would look up 3C because that could be like a.
Is that like Formula One?
Yeah, it could. Well, it could be all kinds of different.
Danny Hammonds.
Watkins Glen is a track. It's not Winston. You know, it's not a league. It's actually a track.
Well, I know it's a track. I just assumed it was NASCAR.
Yeah.
I'll look at it later. I'll put this name aside here to look it up later. But other than that, I mean, it's been a very up and down week for me, which will lead into our thing of basically trying to stay positive in your business, especially like when you do this full time and you have something that disrupts your business in a little bit. I mean, it's good that you work for yourself and you can kind of step back for a little while, but also the money stops flowing into.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that in a few seconds.
That's right up my alley, man.
What?
I like talking about, staying positive and how not being positive can negatively affect your business. And
yeah, I mean, it can be personal. It can be just business. Like you hear people get so upset about a return that they waste all day bitching and moaning about it when you can just roll right by it and just get back to work. And it's like, I always say, if it sold once, guess what? It'll sell again.
Yeah. Well, I think so many people get caught up in stuff like that because they haven't developed a cushion. And speaking of which, I had that guy that wanted to return that Xbox One $300 item, and he opened a return 9 minutes after he received it because he was a douche from the very beginning. I think I talked about this another time. And finally, today was the last day he was supposed to send it back. Okay. And so I'm going to call him in the morning and get it closed out in my favor. But it's just one of those things that, I mean, that's $300. And I haven't touched it. They did not take that from me, the money. They didn't put it on hold or anything. I've heard some people that they're actually, like, if you have a return, they'll pull that money and put it on hold. It happened to you.
It's weird because I haven't had this issue in about 2 years. Now they actually pull the money and hold it, and it'll say held. And I'm like, and it took me a little while to figure it out because one day I went in there, I paid something, and then I went back later, and it was the day I had a returns for $231 shoes. And I didn't think nothing of it. And I went back later and sold something. And it was less money than what I had. And I'm like, where'd that money go? And then I start like looking into the transactions. I was like, because I was ready to transfer money. And I was like, hey, just seen that was more than it was before. What happened here? So I scrolled down and seen it. And I'm like, then I noticed they did it for like 4 other returns during the month. I'm like, something new over here. Haven't had this happen in a while.
Yeah, I mean, considerably. It's a lot of money at stake, but that's not actually what you're out. You're out what you initially invested in it, and so it's really important. If you have a 30-day return policy, don't spend the money, especially if you're dealing in higher end items. Don't put yourself in a situation to where if you lose that money, it's not going to negatively affect you.
I just want to, people were saying in the chat, it was hell because it was not described. They were holding, I think I showed it in my group. I had 5 returns or 4 returns over a week, and they were all for size does not fit. You know,
yeah,
and
that's weird.
You know, it's it doesn't bother me. It's like one of those things. It's like, oh, I don't care. You hold it, you hold it. It's less I have to worry about. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we sell on average. I mean, $300 something a day. So I mean, even if there wasn't any money, I got the return most likely, or it's linked to my bank account. I mean, worst case scenario, I pull the money found in my bank account. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Well, I mean, you listen to some people, it's like the end of the world.
Well, I think a lot of people tend to like they spend that money probably before before you really have it.
Pretty much hand to mouth, pretty much hand to mouth. And I mean,
and then it does become an issue where you do need it.
Sure.
Yep. A lot of resellers, I mean, it's almost like, it's not all, but a lot of them, I mean, it is almost week to week, it almost seems like.
Yeah, and I mean, but that's just realistic. We're not sitting here saying that you should have such a huge cushion that it doesn't affect you. I mean, it affects everybody, but it's how do you deal with it? Does it, and we're getting into my topic for our reseller rally. So I'm going to shut up and let you talk.
Yeah. I mean, coming back, I mean, this week, me and Gretchen had a little bit of a situation where her mother wasn't really doing well. She seemed to be a little bit out of it. Slowed speech. She was very clumsy. And we wound up taking her to the hospital. We had to like drag her to the hospital. I forgot what day it was, Friday morning, Saturday morning, one of those mornings. And we were thinking, or at least I initially thought maybe she had a stroke or was suffering a stroke, but it wound up turning out it wasn't that, and that she actually has some tumors in her head or in her. How is the proper way to say that?
Tumors in her
brain
head.
Tumors.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not laughing about it, but I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the right way to say that. But I mean, she's been doing really well. She gets a biopsy on it Thursday morning. So I mean, hopefully we'll figure out what it is and take a plan of action. But this is unexpected. There's going to be a hiccup to our business one way or the other, because I do see my wife going back to the Dominican Republic for a while. I don't know how long, necessarily, because she does live by herself. Even though her brother's going to move back home, I think my wife would want to be with her for a little while and go back. So,
yeah, I mean, it's just there are certain things that happen in life that really, what we call, puts a wrench in the spokes, and everybody handles stuff differently. I remember when Kim's father passed away, and I mean, I know you remember that. It was just blah. I just could not do anything, and we've had scares, over the past few years, and it just, when things like hit you, it gets you. And it's good to have people around you that can keep you positive, because when stuff like that happens, it's if you're by yourself and you're left with your own thoughts, it can tear you up, and stuff can go south real quick.
I can definitely see how it does affect. I mean, you have to be positive. Like I was telling my wife, no matter, when we're talking to our allergist and everything, you have to remain positive, because if we started to get upset in front of her or something, she's gonna feel upset.
Yeah.
I think she feels stronger that we're not, at least not in front of her. We're keeping positive. She seems to be doing really well. She seems happy and everything. I mean, not happy, but I may make little jokes and about the most stupidest random things. You get her laughing, but in the end, it's like,
yeah.
Every time one of the male nurses or something comes around, I'm like, oh, what, boyfriend?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh boy, you're stupid.
Hey, just an inventory. We do have you put question marks beforehand, before the question. The reason why we do that is so we see it, okay? And we'll see the line of question marks and we'll pull your question over, just like Earl Johns did. He says, can you still use global shipping if you're offering free shipping? Absolutely. Free shipping is only domestic.
Yeah, it doesn't carry over to international.
Yep.
So I had two people this weekend asked me if I would do free international shipping, and I was like, huh? And one was on a pretty good sized package that would have been like $50 to ship. I was only asking like 90 something bucks for it. It's like, no. It's like 5 pounds. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Ronnie, with your mother-in-law and the situation you're in. I mean, I know you've been you're running back and forth to the hospital. Gretchen's pretty much been there, this whole time. Now we all get into our rituals, okay? Whether it's we like to list at this time, we like to ship at this time, we like to go sourcing, because I know you have certain days of the week that you like to go out and source. Not so much hour wise, but you do your sourcing by days. And how much has that been affected with everything that's happened? And are you able to work around it? Are you still being productive when it comes to your business, or has your business taken a big hit because your attention's been drawn away?
Well, we haven't really listed anything in probably 10 days, I would say. And we've done okay the last 10 days. I mean, like last week from Monday to Friday was pretty bad, but we've had three straight $500 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then today's not been great, but I mean, I haven't listed much. I expect not to. And, I think we're at I don't even know what we're at today because I was out all day. I know we sold a few things, but I don't even remember. I mean, I think we sold maybe only 2 things. Yeah, I have 2 things for $115. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to have to figure out something and go around it and figure it out better. And if I lose my wife for a little while, then I'm going to have to come up with a way for myself to take a part of the job that I cannot stand doing, which is photographs.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'd probably work harder with her not being here, unfortunately, because I really, you don't really have that person to do, all of a sudden you're by yourself. It's like, and I can't I'm not one to be sitting in front of the TV all day. I don't even know what shows are on TV. It's like twice a week I sit in front of the TV. I actually found myself going through TV yesterday when I stopped on what the hell was it? The wrestling thing, whatever it is. And then they show some guy that I guess is the champion. That was the champion like 15 years ago. I'm like, that you guys have progressed really well. The show is basically the same. They see Undertaker or something. I'm like, isn't he like 60 years old?
Yeah.
I was just like, man, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, this is why I don't watch TV. But
yeah, I don't watch much of it either.
I think like American Pickers is the only thing I'll sit down, or some of the car shows where they redo cars or something like that. But that gets boring. There's only so many times I can watch a car get fixed up before it's like, let's put a refrigerator in the car. It's like, okay, I got to turn the channel now.
So pretty much with your answer on my question, it's something that, I mean, you hear Ronnie and I both talking about all the time. Oh my gosh, sorry. Is you're rolling with the punches. I mean, it's, you're sitting there saying, okay, if she doesn't come back, then I got to pick this up and I got to be able to do this. It's not like you're sitting here saying, I have a huge brick wall in front of me. What am I going to do? And I can't do this. And I mean, you're like, okay, now's the time that I need to put my nose to the grindstone if I want to maintain the level that we were at when I had my partner taking the photos. I'm not going to like it, but it's something that I've got to do to be able to maintain. And I mean, to me, that's staying positive. That's having a forward outlook, and to be commended. That's what you want to do, not waller in the negative things that's happened to you. And very good.
You just want to get around the wall. I mean, it doesn't matter which way you get around it. Dig under it, go over it, go through it, and go around it. You got to do something. You can't really sit there and just bitch and moan because it doesn't really do anything. You know, you have to just act and do, and that's it. You got to move forward. Nobody's going to pay my bills at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But me.
Yeah.
And I start bitching and moaning that, oh, I got to wait for Gretchen to come back and take a photograph. People are going to be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Don't know how to take a photo? Like, come on. I mean, I think the worst thing is I just don't have, I'm not going to have that person when we go out sourcing together. I don't have that person next to me in the car. I really get bored driving by myself. I get to drive a little too fast and listen to music a little too loud, weaving in and out of traffic. Wonder why my truck the last 500 miles has gotten 12.3 miles to the gallon. I'm like, this thing's supposed to get almost 20 miles to the gallon.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jason Cryer. Hey, check this out. Ronnie, I went to Publix today to pick up coffee, and my cashier lady, she looked to be about my age. She goes, "Oh, I love your shirt. Is that an original?" And I'm like, "Yeah, check this out. It's the Killers." And it's got holes all over it, and I like it. I don't think it's actually a period, but I mean, it's got age to it. But yeah, I think you can actually buy these brand new on eBay with the Killers on the back for $15 to $20. But this one's older. It does have age to it. I've had it for a long time, and it's actually has holes all over it, all over the back. So, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's got Killers. It's the Killers. Can you see all the holes, Ronnie?
Yeah, I do now.
Yeah, it's got holes all over it. But yeah, she was like, "Oh, I remember." Yeah.
It's air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Selena and Iron Maiden is a strange combo. Yeah, just like Debbie Gibson and Metallica. I love them all. My musical. No, it's true. We were talking about this the other night, and we try to, you know, she's the psychology major and all this, and it's like, why do I enjoy such a wide variety? I don't like country, and it's I don't know, it's music that gets a emotion out of me, whether it's, you know, I don't know, it's what makes your shake your love.
I was actually talking to my parents the other day, and they actually just went to a country concert not too long ago. I'm like, "Oh, who did you see?" And they seen oh shit, it's the name of a state, Florida Georgia line or something like that, or Georgia Florida, or New Florida Georgia, something like that. And I'm like, who are they? And then they played their music, and I'm like, oh, they almost sound like a freaking rap group with country music. I was like, I see my parents going to that.
I'm pretty sure this is a 50-50. Yeah, it's that old. Yeah. Yes. I've got several Iron Maiden T-shirts.
Digging out the collection, are you?
AC/DC stuff like that, but yeah. Man,
everybody in the chat, what is your favorite song from the 80s?
Most of them probably. I wasn't even born in the 80s yet.
I was a little chicklet in the 80s.
Yes. We got a couple questions here. Resale Junkie asks you, I got $300, $400, $500 offer in 3 days. Should I hold out or take the next offer on my P-Wing polo shirt?
I have to see the shirt to have an idea of which one it is. And, just because I don't know, just from, a lot depends on condition, size, what exactly, what kind of shirt it is exactly 100%. I think I probably could find it because he did say what he had the price at. Do you think you should do, Chad?
I was listening to some Foreigner and Journey last night. Yeah.
Foreigner and Journey. That's pathetic right there.
Yeah, people are talking about stuff they've sold. Somebody found I found an Iron Man cat. Oh, that's not music. Iron Man. I was thinking Iron Maiden. Don't stop believing. Oh yeah, there's some good Tiffany songs. Oh yeah,
Tiffany.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Bob Seger. Yeah.
That's one of my dad's favorites right there.
Yep. Okay, just an inventory. Why wouldn't I be able to refund a partial amount with a customer? Does it require a store? Is there a price threshold for being able to give a partial refund? There are times if you can go to the actual item. Say somebody just sends you a message. They don't open up a case, and you want to give them some money back. Okay, all you do is you go down, you drop down on the actual item that you sold in your My eBay and select View PayPal Transaction. You go to the PayPal transaction and you can hit refund. You scroll down and hit refund button, and whenever it comes up, you can select however much, $2, $4. If it's a $30 item, you can select $25 up to the full amount, and you can send it to them that way. Now, if they open up a case, there's an option to get them to agree to a partial refund. But they have to agree to it. So go to your PayPal transaction, and there's where you can issue a partial refund. I hope that helped. Alice Cooper's Poison. I think that was Joaquin Picker's very first cassette was Alice Cooper, I think.
Oh, first cassette.
My first cassette was Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, I think.
That's pretty, because I had that CD on Pour Some Sugar on
Oh my gosh, dude, don't quit your day job.
I want to say my first CD was either it was CDs because I had a CD player. A Walkman my dad got me right around that when I was in 6th or 7th grade. But I want to think it was Guns N' Roses.
Ugh. Yeah, it was Pyromania, Def Leppard Pyromania.
Yeah, that was earlier, I think.
Yeah. And I will say my sister had the record player with the albums, the Michael Jackson. She had Def Leppard as well. But yeah. And my dad had all the 8 tracks and
8 tracks.
And all, oh yeah.
Skid Row was another one. right
Skid
around
Row
that
didn't
time.
come until later for me.
I think like Def Leppard, Skid Row was maybe a year difference from each other.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to go back, our first album record as kids was Tom T. Hall, Sneaky Snake.
I don't even know who that is, and that doesn't sound very good.
Does anybody in the chat know who Tom T. Hall, Sneaky Snake
Did you say Sneaky
album
Snake?
was?
That seems like a pornographic song.
Yeah. And then my sister had this record that they oh my gosh, what was it called? It's where they would sing really, really fast.
Okay.
Gotta turn it up louder. So my teachers told me, woo, woo, life is a rock, because the radio rolled me, you know, and then he talks really fast. He sings really, really fast. Shirley, you gotta listen to that song if you don't know what I'm talking about.
No idea, dude.
Yeah, I guarantee people will know that song.
I
I think it's called Life is a Rock or something. Yeah, Life is a Rock. And then the night Chicago died, she had that on 45. But yeah.
I think my first rap CD
Boys and girls take warning.
Naughty by Nature.
Warning. You go near.
Went from listen to rock music to listen to rap music when we moved from Florida to New York.
Snaky snake goes dancing, wiggling and a hissing. I don't like those sneaky snake. He laughs too much, you see. When he goes wiggling through the grass, it tickles his underneath.
Dude, that is downright odd. What else? We got any other questions? Was that it?
Yeah, that was it so far. If you have any questions, let us know. We're kind of reminiscing. You know, we did that on my channel. Remember we were talking about that? And somebody chimed in, you know, saying, oh God. But yeah.
It doesn't always have to be about reselling. I mean, we can go off a little bit and see there's Treasure Vintage. You down with OPP? Yeah, you.
Oh, Angie. Yeah, that's funny. Funny. Chad's not wearing pants. How did you know? How did you know? That's
dude, was it when you got up? Maybe. That is creepy, Chad.
I'm wearing pants. Good grief.
Oh.
How many people in the chat's coming to the reseller rally? And Ronnie, when are you going to be giving away a ticket?
Oh,
you can't do it tonight because you didn't give it up.
No. Well, we'll do it next week. That way we can give people time to, you know.
Next Tuesday, Ronnie's giving away. Are you going to give away one or both?
No, I'll give away both. Same person. That way they can take a friend.
Yeah.
Or wife, significant other, daughter, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
So next Tuesday, if you would like a chance to go to the reseller rally in Chicago, which is sold out, by the way, watch this show next week, and Ronnie will be giving 2 tickets away, $120 value a piece.
People talking about
plus tax, that is
reggae music in the 90s, and the only thing I remember is that stupid freaking guy from Canada. He was like, Informer.
Informant. Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? The only one I understood was Informer. And then you watch the video, he's white. You're like,
yeah.
Like, what the? I remember in Living Color, they had that skit where they beat him up at the end of the show.
His name was Snow, right?
Yeah. I think his CD was 12 inches of snow. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think it might have been.
Oh. Goodness. I need to write this down because I need to have you watch that Life is a Rock video. He sings really fast. He goes through a bunch of names. I think it's Life is a Rock.
It's like that Billy Joel song. We
No.
do start the fire. It's always burning since the world.
No, dude. I mean, this is like really fast.
Yeah,
like,
I think he gets really fast in that thing.
No, not even remotely close, dude.
How about Twista Fast?
Not even close.
I think he's a rapper in the Guinness Book of World Records for most words or something. I don't know what the hell we're going off on. What we're going off on.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I got to check this out. And this, guys, this is really important, and it's really worth. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. You know, when I was talking about this 3DS had a broken top screen. When is it like worth? You know, do I sell it for parts, or do you fix it yourself? Here's the screen I got for it. I haven't done it yet, but you know, you need to do the math in your head of when is it worth putting in time and effort to have something fixed or fix it yourself. And I'm excited to do it. I need to learn how to do it, because once you learn how to do something like this with these 3DSs or gaming systems, or oh, where did it go? Changing the 72-pin connector of an original NES, you'll find that that is a skill that you develop, and all you have to do is watch a YouTube channel. That's what I'm going to do. No, what I'm going to do to learn how to disassemble this, to put the new screen in, I'm going to watch a YouTube video that shows me how to disassemble this to change the screen. But I'll only have to do it one time. From then on, it's, you know, I can be looking, if I come across I can look on eBay or whatever, look for items with broken screens, or if I come across one that's got a broken screen, I can say, yeah, I can take this and I can fix it. So
yeah, changing the pins is actually not that easy. I mean, not that hard. I did
no, it's not hard.
Before. I was like, oh, wow, this is, I took it apart to clean it, and it still wasn't working right. So I had it apart, and I was like, might as well.
So how did you find out how to actually change? YouTube. I'm telling you guys.
I actually watched somebody, they were using sandpaper on the.
I saw that one. Yeah.
And then I watched, and then I'm like, oh, this can't be too hard. How do you actually, because it still wasn't working.
Yeah.
And that was one that we kept for a while. And then we wind up selling it anyway eventually.
Yep. Yes. Hey, there's Garage Flips Lonnie. I tell you what, Lonnie, Garage Flips in the chat, guys. If you aren't subscribed to Lonnie, you need to subscribe to him. His channel is really growing, and I'm seeing quality content. I mean, it's actual quality stuff, and he's learning, and you're learning right along with him. So, and he's got the fluke thing down. So I don't know. It just seems like Lonnie and myself, we're making the deals on these flukes. Dude, Ronnie, I bought a fluke for $200. It's actually a kit, and I got it for $200, and they retail for like $1,150, and they're selling between $700 and $800.
Oh yeah, I see that one.
I got it right there. I listed it. I think I have it listed for like $719 or something.
What type of question is that? When is the next RB3 show? Never worry.
Never. Oh, that's funny.
Ain't coming up anytime soon, that's for sure. The gospel channel now.
Yep. Oh, but yeah, check out Garage Flips. I mean, he does the stuff I do, the same type of stuff. You know, it's he looks for just anything. I mean, if pots and pans will make you money, he'll pick up pots and pans. If air filters are making money, he'll pick up air filters. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I do. I mean, it just depends. And you're constantly, when you're doing something like that, you're constantly growing, and your database in your head is what I always call it, is just growing. And you betcha I'm going to end up being very proficient in handheld gaming systems. You know, I already feel confident with the old school consoles, the N64, the NESs, but all that is relatively new to me. I mean, I always had them when I was a kid, and I've flipped a few Ataris or something like that. But now getting into stuff and learning what they're supposed to do and learning their quirks and how to adjust them or fix them, that's really important because the demand is out there. And what?
Lonnie's saying he hasn't sold the air filter yet.
Oh, you haven't sold one of those yet?
I that was the last video I think I watched of his before.
He got like 80 of one and like 50 of another, I think. And he spent damn near $400 on them alone, I think. But he knows. I mean, it's one of those things that it may take some time.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Sometimes you just buy things and you have to sit on it for a while, but they eventually do sell, and you eventually do make your money.
Yep.
But it just depends.
$500 worth. Yeah. Yeah.
Does he sell them just on eBay or Amazon too?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Because I remember he was talking about eBay.
Oh. But yes. Anyone know what 2L means on a Nike tag? Pants are the tearaways. Too long? They're too long.
Too legit, they quit.
Oh, they're restricted on Amazon.
Oh. Yeah. A lot of shit is restricted on Amazon.
And it's getting worse. Well, we can say it's worse, but they're evolving, and I'll just go as far to say that happened. I called that 2 years ago, but yeah.
Well, I knew it was going to happen. It was a matter of time. Treasure Gnome asked me my best pickup was this week. I only went out today, so I really haven't picked up much. But I think the best thing I picked up was a Zegna sport coat. It was wool and cashmere, but it's huge. It's like a 58, 56 long or extra long.
Oops, sorry.
A big boy jacket. We don't know what 2L means. Like 2L, is that like on the size tag, or is that like embroidered on it somewhere? Is it maybe LeBron James's? He has like a thing on a lot of, his line of Nike stuff. That might be what it is. LeBron James. Could that look like 2L?
I have no clue, man. No clue.
No, probably not. Maybe. I don't know.
Treasure Gnome's moving to New York City in June. Wow, I tell you, I've heard that. I mean, like New York City, they have those pop-up flea market type things, and just stuff is so expensive.
So they have the one in Brooklyn, but that's more of like
household decorative.
It's more. It's I don't know. It's built towards more people that have money. You're not gonna find too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it goes for them. You know, like thrifting in New York City. I mean, it's one thing to go there and on vacation and like hit some of their thrift shops. I'd like to see how somebody who lives there is actually able to source and what type of sourcing methods. You could probably really kill it on offer up and let go in a place like New York City, or
just getting around New York City though is a ball buster though. We were there over the summer, and it was. I don't think we went into any thrift stores though. I think we did in New Jersey, in Jersey City or whatever it was, Long Island City, Jersey City. No, it wasn't Jersey. I don't know where it was. Just on the other side there. I think we went to one or two. I don't even remember what we found if we did go. I just can't remember. I just remember parking being an issue everywhere. It was such frustrating.
Yep.
There's actually a lady that a thrifting channel about thrifting in New York. I forgot what it is. Thrift New York, Thrift NYC.
Mike Fisher says he sources 99% online. How are your margins by doing that?
It can be done.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yep.
You definitely. I mean, I pick up a few things every week, but I mean, you definitely could. That's how I built up a lot of feedback on my secondary eBay store. I was buying things and it was like, okay, we got enough feedback. Put a few things on there, sell it.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to bring back one of my eBay accounts and use it to like niche up in a certain item that I get a lot of. So that's going to be interesting.
What item is that?
I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you.
Offline?
I'll tell you privately, but yeah, I'm not going to.
I want to know. $10 per account.
But no, but yeah. Oh, it's saying great margins doing that. Very cool. It's somebody asked where I'm from in Indiana. Originally from Seymour. Grew up there in Seymour. We lived all over Indiana, from Cloverdale to Logansport, Winnemac, Greensburg. We ended up moving down here from Greensburg. So, but yes, we're Indiana folk.
What was the announcement today about
guaranteed delivery?
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't hurt. If it makes you have to ship stuff out.
I mean, if you're wanting to do the 3 to 6 day handling, then it's not going to affect you anyway. That's really for the person that's doing a 1 day handling time, and you can even get more precise with that. So yeah, Seymour Owls, that's the high school I went to. And Rush County Picker was in Greensburg tonight. Let's see, it's not Thursday for the Maddox auction. Is Maddox still hold the auction on Thursday nights? Yep.
I'm dying to go to an auction.
Man, I tell you what, if Rush County Picker's not going to Maddox on Thursday nights, then I don't know what to say. Yes, I was in Jackson County. I actually grew up on Muscatatuck National Wildlife Refuge. My dad worked for the government, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and we lived on the refuge. So, yes, Greensburg does blow. Correct. That's funny. That's funny.
Chad's just like, why it's left.
Yeah. No. Greensburg's a pretty place. Honda came in and built a huge plant, put a lot of people to work. So,
well, that's good. Actually, I noticed the other day when I was looking at my truck was made in Texas. I was like, hey.
Yes.
Thought you guys made everything overseas now.
Mike Fisher's been to Maddox. Right on. Hey, does anybody remember going to Maddox and there was a guy there in overalls that were literally, it looks like he's worn them for the past month, and he opens a bid at $1 on everything. That was my scrapper guy back in Indiana. He just died not too long ago in a car accident. So his name was Bruce. Really good guy. Whenever I'd buy a storage unit up there, and this is what we say, a lot of people don't tell you when you're buying storage units, is there's so much trash and stuff that you really don't want to deal with, like broken refrigerators, mattresses, stuff like that. Well, what I would do is I would take the stuff out that I want and call my buddy Bruce, and I gave him everything else, like the refrigerators, the stoves, and stuff like that. And he makes money on that. He scraps. And what he would do is, for whatever I gave him, he would have to take the trash and sweep out the unit. So it was a good relationship, and I miss him. I miss him. He died in a head-on accident not too long ago, and left back a wife and 3 kids.
Do you ever miss doing storage auctions?
I miss a lot about what we did up in Indiana. I mean, there are some storage auctions down here, but we haven't really got into it. They're not near as, I don't know, it's not as big, or, you know, and they don't have auctions down here like they had up there. I miss a lot of that, but there's enough down here to keep us busy. You know, we're staying busy as we want to stay anyway. You could come down here and make a living, Ronnie. That's all I got to tell you. And never sell a piece of clothing again.
I would miss it.
Yeah, well, I miss Indiana.
I miss clothes. Clothes makes me a lot of money.
Krillin says, Chad, I think that guy with the overalls is in every redneck town. You are right. And I've said that before. Every town's got a Bruce. Okay. He's a really good guy. And people, you know, and people underestimate people who, like, his overalls, I mean, they're literally falling off of him. But people underestimate these guys. These are the guys that have $2,000-$3,000 in their pocket when they don't look like they've got $2 or $3. So, yeah, that's what he did for a living, folks. And he supported his family, and he would drive around like Picker, John the Picker does on YouTube here. Drives around picking up stuff and scrapping it and all that. So I've got a lot of respect for folks like that. But they work for their money.
Yeah, my brother used
work.
to do that. Like when we just turned like of age. Problem is he still does it somewhat, as I just never liked it. I could never get, you know, into it. And you know what I had another problem doing? Telling what damn metal was which. I mean, I knew like what copper was, but like some of the other metal,
Yep.
I was like, what is this? Is this aluminum? Or is this, you know, I mean, some of it, you know, but it's like some of it you're like looking at it, trying to figure it out.
Yes.
And when you think you have it figured out, the guy's like, no, that's not that. That's, and you're like, hey.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying, yeah, I know people like that who don't look like they've got $2, but chances are they've got more money than what you have, but they're there to do a job, and they really aren't there for a fashion show. Yep. And
yeah,
they don't want to spend the money on a dentist. That seems to be a common factor in a lot of them, but that's just how it is, you know.
I like Team Tycoons thing.
Am I a pool player? Not really. I enjoy it every now and then, but I don't play pool.
I suck at pool.
Pocket pool? Yeah.
We'll talk about that snake again.
That was a joke.
No teeth or grills here. I don't get it.
Yeah. That's a bad call, the dentist thing. It's true. I mean, Bruce would tell you. He would tell you. And I mean, it's true. It's not a dish like I mean, I love Bruce, man. Yep.
So what up, everybody? Any other questions?
Funny how the storage auction shows never show the trips to the dumps or the moldy clothes. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't see in these shows, guys. But I mean, and people learned the hard way. They would see stuff like that on TV and say, "Oh, I could do that." And then, they're stuck paying. They end up getting, this is what happens. Okay. You would have somebody come in thinking that they knew what they were doing because they saw it on TV. And you could tell these people from, really easily just by the way they act. And they want to come in, try to throw their weight around. Well, we'll end up making them spend every bit of their money on the crappiest unit, and all they get is trash, and they can't last long. I mean, it costs them more to get rid of the stuff than it did for them to buy the unit than what they're going to make on it. So it's going to be a loss, at the beginning. Did I play pool in Logansport? I don't recall. I worked for Plymouth Tube up in Winnemac when we lived in Logansport. Plymouth Tube. I was a factory supervisor up there. Automotive industry.
I'm so lost on what you're talking about.
No, somebody's asking me. Logansport's up in Indiana.
I'm still trying to get Chad to come up here to go to Brimfield 1 year.
So's Picking Profits.
Who's
he
that?
wants me to come up there. Andrew.
Coffee mug boy.
Yeah. Linda Diggs says, Chad, I know you don't like lowball offers, and neither do I. How do you handle them? Decline or counter offer? First of all, it's kind of hard. I don't want to be a hypocrite and say I can't stand lowball offers, because that's how we get a lot of our stuff, especially on these apps, is with lowball offers. But as far as lowball offers, if I just got one today, I think I had $130 on something and they offered me 30. I just declined it. It's like it's either decline it or come back at like $129.99. That'll give them the idea. Look, if you were, I don't mind negotiating, but that's not a good starting point. That's going to benefit me in the long run. So, it's just one of those things. But you need to respond to it. Don't just don't ignore it. A lot of people disagree with me by saying don't ever decline it, come back with something. Well, to me, it's just not a good starting point that's going to benefit me. So I'm going to go ahead and decline it. And typically when I do decline it, they don't come back with anything. So they didn't have any intentions on paying a fair price. So that's the way I see it.
I hate best offer.
Jack Smack says, I end up blocking people that do insulting lowball offers. That's not a very smart business decision. I'm saying, it's your option. But a lot of times, that's just where they start. You can decline it. Don't get upset about it. Don't get upset. You can either respond with $1 less than what you're asking. That'll let them know that you don't like their starting point. But to block somebody for a low ball, if you take that as insulting, then you're already giving them your power. And don't do that. That's just my advice. Or set up your auto decline. Yeah. Set it up. Don't block people. That's what I do. We use low balls to get items. So as a reseller, how can you be upset with somebody offering you less money than what you think it's worth when that's your job as a reseller to get the item less than what it's worth? So it doesn't start with you, but you want it to end with you. You know, when you want to, you actually want to sell it to that final end user, but I don't know. And if you are priced competitively, like I think I am, I have a whole new clientele to other resellers who can still make some money on it, possibly on some certain items. So, but yeah, don't be offended by lowball. Just address it or set up your auto declines.
I was just thinking the last thing I had to offer on something was like because I bought a bunch of sport coats and I had some, what the hell was it, Brooks Brothers black fleece, and I put best offer on some of them just to see how it would go. And the first day guy said $200, and I'm like, you know what, I'll get money almost for all the jackets right away. Why not? He actually, when he sent me the best offer, because I told him I'll wait 3 days, because he said I'll pay you in 3 days. I'm like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He actually submitted the offer for $225, and it goes, because you're actually pretty cool about this,
Yeah,
I'll give you a few extra dollars. I was like, hey, sounds good.
Yep. Yeah, don't be offended. Hey, what's up, Barry?
All right, time to go.
Shut this down. Barry's here. Yeah, we got a lot of people in the chat, a lot of new names I don't recognize. If you like what we talked about, feel free to hit that thumbs up. Give Ronnie some love.
Let us know if this is your first time watching or first time commenting.
And there's Pete. You two don't know what you're talking about. Thanks, Pete. Pete must have been hacked. Oh, he's coming after us. Oh my goodness.
I'm making a video. I'm calling you out.
He didn't put a LOL after that, so he must be serious.
Let's call him out.
Yeah.
Pete, we're coming for that bird. We're gonna roast him.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I hope you don't mind. Guys, we've been getting a ton of postcards in the mail, and some of them are really cool. Somebody actually, Ronnie, somebody sent a postcard in a flat rate bubble mailer, okay, inside another envelope. And what it was a Tennessee 1950s postcard. They didn't write on the postcard or anything. And I mean, it's a collector's piece, and that was just really cool. But what it is Kim and I's doing our 13,000 subscriber. And if you would like to get in on the $100 giveaway, eBay gift card or Amazon gift card or a Visa gift card, $100, send us a postcard. It doesn't matter. It could be used. It could be old. It doesn't matter. But if you go to our channel in our last video, the address is in the description. Send it. If we get it by Saturday, then you'll be entered. So you have some time to get it to us.
Counting guy, I have no idea why people would put best offer on an item for $15 or less.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a bunch of $5 offers. They're going to be like,
yeah.
Or, somebody recently, it was like, I think it was a book I wanted, and they had like 15 or 18 bucks on it. And I was doing like, I put 12, I got declined. I put 15, I got declined. I think I even put like 17. They had best offer. I think it was $18. I'd have to look. I think it was $18, and I put 17 that said decline. I said, forget this. I don't need to buy a book from you. I was like, why you got best offer? You ain't taking it.
And I did not hang out in any bars in Logansport. No, not during that time period. Not at all.
That's not where you got your kid's name from, Logan?
I spent more time in church than I did the bars up there.
Church.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, take that shirt to church?
Huh?
Take that shirt to church?
No. HB Picker sent, this is cool. She made her own postcard. So, I mean, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Get in on that $100.
Who made their own postcard?
HB Picker. And she did it on, it was Flint, Michigan. And she's like, I couldn't find one for Flint. It's like, I don't know. I can understand why you couldn't find something for Flint, Michigan.
Is that the place where they had the water issue?
That's where everything is shut down. They were like really hit hard by the auto industry moving out, and
wasn't that the one with the water issue?
Oh yeah, Flint's got the water issue, and yes, yes.
No way, no.
Yes.
Yeah, Michigan definitely has some interesting cities, and they've had a lot of hard luck in a lot of cities.
Yeah. Still have the water issue, she says.
Wow.
I tell you what, I think there could be some really good money made in Flint as a hustler, you know, doing what we do, because
hand to hand.
Yeah, pretty much. I think your local game could be really good, at least a source. That's the way I'm just thinking.
Street pharmacist is probably a very good position then.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Moore. What a character.
Character.
Oh, I'll be polite.
I knew somebody that watched one of his things and was like, yeah, 9/11 was not real because, you know, that guy did a movie on it. And I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
I want to run him over with a car. A few other people. Sorry, being positive. So I don't know how that got out.
Yeah, typically world top 10, right on. Kelly, I was told the best offer on everything. Okay, this is what you need to think about if there's an item that's set up with best offer. Okay. If it's a single item, if there's a ton of them, you know, if they have like 15 of this item, you really don't have to worry about it. Yeah, sure, send them a best offer. But many times, people like me who are very competitively priced, I'll still have best offer on it. Well, what happens a lot of times is somebody will send me a best offer, and I typically, if it's a decent one, I'll hold off a little bit. Okay, I won't immediately answer. But what happens is somebody will come in and swoop it up for full price. So if it's something that you're really interested in and it's actually priced competitively to where if you don't get this item and there's a good chance you're going to end up paying more for it, then you need to consider that. So while you have every right to send an offer, you may lose it by the amount that you offer or how long it takes for the seller to respond to it. So they have 48 hours to respond to an offer. Yes.
That is true.
Garage Flips. I don't know if he's talking about me. I have best offer turned on everything pretty much unless it's newly listed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Each person has their own way of addressing like certain things like best offer. Right now, I have more items that I've ever had that doesn't have best offer on them. And, but it's just because I've got them priced to where I'm probably the cheapest out there. So if you want the best deal out there, then you're going to buy mine anyway. So Ronnie, when are you coming to Florida? Chris Sharp wants to know.
Actually, I was talking to coming to Florida this coming week. That kind of changed a little bit. I was thinking about going down to Miami, and oh no, I would have been leaving. I would have been leaving right now. Was the original? Oh no, tomorrow.
Right. Hey, there's Kareem Williams. What's going on, man? I'll give you a holler in a bit. Right on, right on. Not here for no drama. We're here to be sociable. Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Any closing words? I gotta.
You know, I would like to close on what you started it with. You know, doesn't matter what you're going through, guys. Stuff is gonna jump up and smack you so hard in the face that it knocks you down. Just as you're getting up and brushing yourself off, think about how you didn't break your leg when you fell. Okay, so try to stay positive and look to the future and roll with the punches, because they are going to be thrown at you. It's how you deal with them on whether or not you come out the other end stronger and still moving in a forward direction instead of, you know, getting moved into a backwards direction.
Yeah, I mean, you just always got to go forward. You know, things might change around you, but you got to still stay positive and just keep moving forward. You know, the road does get hard and bumpy sometimes, and you just keep going. You might slow down.
Yeah.
You might slow down, but you just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, garage flips. I mean, he had some issues last year.
Dude, those weren't issues. That was a major disaster. I mean,
yes,
okay, think about this. Think about this, guys, real quick before we go. You're sitting in your house. You've got everything, your business, everything. And then all of a sudden, Mother Nature wants to literally flood your whole entire house along with the rest of your damn state, pretty much. So you lose everything, everything. And not once did I ever see him, oh, poor me, I'm screwed. Oh my gosh. No, he was always like, hey, this is where we're at, guys. You know, this is what we got to do. This is what that. Oh, and his wife had cancer as well. Good grief. But yeah, I mean, and if you watch his show today, me personally, I saw his video last night, I think, and it's like, man, this guy has just come out of the, you know, some rough crap, and he's like learning from it, and people are learning from it. So yeah, great example. Great example.
Yeah, I mean, like Mr. Baba, he lost his house last year too.
Yeah.
And you never heard him say anything negative or anything?
Dude, you got some people that get their item pulled off of eBay for Vero, and it's the end of the freaking world. They're like, oh, eBay's out to get me, blah, 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 blah. Let me spend a week on this, and nothing else gets done. And, you know, it's like, man, and you can just tell the people, I'm emotional. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I get over it pretty damn quick. So, yeah. How's that for a final thought, Ronnie?
It does make sense. But like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, share everywhere. No, just kidding. But oh, what is that?
I had to prove I had pants on, okay?
I thought you were gonna. All right, we gotta go before Chad starts stripping over here or something.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Have a good night.
Come hang out with us, folks.